Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Danila and today I'm going to be creating a Jagua tattoo with my non-dominant hand. So what is Jagua, you might ask? Jagua is a natural product that is based on the juice of the Juniper americana fruit. Jagua grows in South America and Latin America. It can grow anywhere from Puerto Rico, Mexico, all of Central America, and all the way to South America. It is a product that is used by many indigenous communities as a form of sacred body art, and in the henna world, it is known to be a safe alternative to the dangers of the black henna. So, Jagua comes from a plant. It is a citrus fruit. So people with allergies to like lemon, kiwi, or any fruits, it's better for them to stay away from getting a Jagua tattoo. But just know that usually the ingredients in the Jagua gel are Jagua juice, santan gum, sugar, essential oils, and water. So, I am creating this design with my non-dominant hand, which makes the whole process a little bit more challenging, especially because Jagua is a little less forgiving than henna. What do I mean? Once you make a mistake with the Jagua, it's going to stain. So the thing with Jagua is that it gets darker faster than henna. So after like 12 hours and about 24 hours, the stain will be fully developed into a deep, dark navy blue that resembles a real tattoo, like an ink tattoo. So it's a little bit different than henna in the sense that the texture is different. Because the texture is the texture of a gel, is way different than the creamy paste that I usually achieve with mixing henna paste. Jagua gel, it's a lot more jelly-like the name suggests. So, as I said, it's way less forgiving than henna. So like, if you make a mistake, you want to make sure that you kind of like cover it or figure it out before you proceed, because wherever it has stain, it will stay dark, even if it only touched the skin for a little bit. So you might see me make mistakes here and there and trying to fix it. And because I'm doing this with my non-dominant hand, is a lot more of a challenge. Not just to adjust to the texture of the Jagua gel, but also to adjust to the vulnerability that comes with doing your own body art with your non-dominant hand. Now, you might ask, why am I doing my Jagua tattoo with my non-dominant hand? Well, because I really like to practice. When I first started doing henna, I would see, the brides, and they would have like henna on both hands, and I really wanted to try and kind of like train my brain to be ambidextrous. And I did my best, and I think I'm pretty good at it. I definitely take a lot of time, and I'm gentle to myself in the sense that I try to, be more forgiving if I make a mistake, or just trying to be open and have fun, really. In a sense, when I do henna or Jagua with my non-dominant hand, I feel a sense of being a beginner, just kind of like allowing myself to just grow and just have fun and make mistakes. And I feel like that's something that I really like about being an artist, and also I don't know. I've always been the kind of person that wants to use both of their hands because I believe that, the more that we use both hands, the more that we can be stronger and have a more unanimous um, brain. So, yeah, I just kind of like really like doing this. And if you're going to do it, just kind of like try anything really with your non-dominant hand. I encourage you to be patient and like to go for the easy things first. Like, henna and Jagua are a little bit easier for me than just attempt to write with my non-dominant hand. So I just kind of go for that, because it's more flowy, and I feel like I don't know, there's something about the holding a cone that is different than holding a pen, and but I really enjoy, like I said, anything with my left hand. And definitely the henna and Jagua. And I was gonna do this Jagua with my right hand, my dominant hand. Um, but as you can see, I have some henna that is fading on my right hand. I posted a tutorial on that design. It's on the channel, so if you want to go, I'll actually leave it up here, so you can click on it. Um, and you might be able to notice like the different also the texture and the color in between the Jagua gel and the henna paste. But anyways, I find the both of these body arts to be very relaxing. I really love the some things about the Jagua that are like the really dark blue color that it offers, and I don't know, it's just like really cool, I feel like I like henna more just because like I started with henna, but also there's something so magical about the Jagua that it's blue and it looks really pretty much like a real tattoo. I'll leave some shorts, some reels, some shorts on my page so you guys can see the final stain. But anyways, and I feel like I don't know, like the little dots are a little bit harder to do with Jagua than with henna, so I just kind of like do like little circles and then try to fill them in, pushing the gel. Um, so yeah, I just kind of like do the best that I can because you know, I do feel very clumsy. Like I could mess it up anytime. And like I said, you really don't want to mess up your Jagua because it's gonna stain. If you smear it, it's gonna, if you smear your Jagua, it's not like the henna that you can fix it and then it won't be so noticeable. If you smear your Jagua tattoo, it's gonna be smeared. Like, girl, you don't want to do it. Anyways, this design is starting to um, make sense, right? So right now what I'm gonna do is just like more of those like swirls and leaves. I feel like that looks really pretty. Um, Floral is like what comes more natural to me with a lot of things. I also paint, and I don't know, I'm just a gardener too. So it's like, I just really love it. So when I do my henna with my non-dominant hand, I always try to go with something simple or simple-ish, but definitely something that is in my range of comfort. Like say if I wanted to practice like something more elaborate or maybe more geometric, I would probably leave that to practice with my dominant hand because a lot of doing this type of tattoos is like muscle memory, and I don't know, like I feel like I definitely know how to do all the flowy and swirly, cutesy. That's kind of like what comes easy to me, so I try to respect that. And um, definitely when I'm doing my non-dominant, Like I'm trying to do things to where it comes easy and natural, and like it's not too overly complicated, and I try to leave as much negative space as I can. Anyways, started to get uncomfortable on this position. But I finally found but I'm finally comfortable. So anyways, so why is it important to use Jagua instead of black henna, you might ask? So henna is a plant, right? And in the market of henna, there's a lot of chemical henna, and you might find those as pre-made industrial looking cones that you can tell they're not homemade, mostly because they're not frozen or refrigerated even. So henna, because it's like it comes from a plant, is perishable, as also Jagua is perishable, right? So once that you mix all these body art concoctions, either Jagua, henna, or henwa, that is kind of like a mix of both of these, you'll need to refrigerate them or freeze them. Um, Definitely freeze them, and then if are doing the tattoo the same day, you can keep it in the refrigerator. Otherwise, it will rotten, So the chemical stuff, the black henna, the instant henna, all that kind of stuff, they usually have a lot of chemicals, chemicals that you can find in hair dye, such as PPD, or, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, paraphenylenediamine, or paraphenylenediamine. Something like that, PPD, right? And that's like a really harsh chemical that is often used in hair dye. The problem is like when it's used in hair dye, it's often regulated to not have more than a certain amount. Um, but if use a chemical cone that offers you an instant stain, you are exposing yourself to chemicals, and there's a lot of bad reactions to black henna, and like I'm talking really bad, serious chemical burns on the skin. We always say as henna artists and Jagua artists that the skin is the largest organ of your body, so you want to be very, very careful what touches it. So that's why it's very important, extremely important for anybody who likes henna to always make sure that your henna is natural. Why would people choose to use black henna instead of natural henna? And that is because henna takes about in between 48 hours to 72 hours after application to fully develop into a rich dark brown reddish stain. And you gotta be very careful with it. And if you wash your hands a lot, like I do, your henna's gonna fade in a matter of like 10 days. It lasts a long time. But so black henna or chemical henna, it offers like an instant stain, but also, you don't want to risk your skin. I mean, if you want to, like, go ahead, but I think most of us don't want that. I think it's like very important that, like, if you like the darker look of a henna, because let's be real, it's really pretty. So if you like that look, I definitely recommend you try Jagua, instead of like chemical henna cones. And if you have any questions, I encourage you to leave it in the comments your questions about henna and Jagua and chemical henna and black henna, and I'll be more than happy to make a video about all that and help you guys if you have questions. But luckily, henna, natural henna, and good natural Jagua are becoming more and more available every day. I started doing henna about 10 years ago, and it was quite difficult to find natural henna. And eventually, Jagua started becoming a thing. And yeah, it's more expensive than henna, but let's say that you really want a henna tattoo and like you would like it to be dark. You can always talk to your local henna artist, and if they sell the Jagua cones, you can buy one and give it a try for yourself. And honestly, it's so pretty. So yeah, I always encourage you to use natural henna and natural Jagua. And yeah, if you have any questions, like I said, I encourage you to subscribe and leave a comment, and just, we can create a conversation around it all. But anyways, this is really pretty. I had a lot of fun creating this design. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you for watching. So yeah, let me know what you think, and thank you for watching. See you soon. Adios.